where they normally wouldn't be. It's just on the outside.
Swollen wrists of now partially freed Kurt Hoffman.
I'm bruised up here, too.
You were just let out of Keene District Court a few minutes ago after being held overnight on a charge of disobeying police, I understand. So tell me what happened in there in the jail.
Well, they had me in cuffs and locked me up. They put me in the usual stuff. They took off my shirt, and I didn't willingly comply with any of their silliness. I don't. If they tell me I need to lift my hands, they put on handcuffs. I didn't like that. I'm not willingly. I don't do that. If I'm going to put on handcuffs, it's going to be maybe Yadra's plastic ones. That's about it. I talked with them a little bit. They promised me certain things that I'd have in the room. Of course, they didn't bring them, and then they said, "Oh, check with the next guy and shift change." And so I resisted processing for a long time until about 1 a.m. So I didn't get much sleep at all. They didn't shut the lights off for me. They basically told me said I was refusing to process.
And you were arrested for a driving offense, right? Running a stop sign?
They stopped me on my way to church. And we were going to an outdoor church. It was the first time I ever would have attended. It was going to be held outdoors that day at Otterbrook State Park, and we took a left on this street, and there was nobody around. I guess there was a stop sign there.
And it was in Roxbury, New Hampshire.
Roxbury, yes.
Okay. And so what made them, I mean, they obviously don't really arrest you just for the stop sign. It was for something else after that?
Well, he demanded all kinds of ID and asked me where I was going. I told him it was my private affairs, my private business. It's none of his business.
Did you give him the ID?
No, I didn't. Actually, Yadra took it.
Okay.
So when he reached in my pocket for the money, he took it with him.
All right. Overall, what were your impressions of the jail? I mean, have you ever been in a jail?
Jail's horrendous.
In a jail?
Disgusting. It smells. It smelled like sewage. It was dirty, filthy. And I saw it was one of the things that stood out to me particularly was that the inmates were in there cleaning and buffing the floors and bringing food to other inmates and making the food. So to me, they've got the inmates taking care of each other, not taking care of each other, but jailing each other, in essence. And I don't know if it's out of boredom or what it's out of, but they've got them pretty well trained, and I think that that's awful, that they've gotten so far out of control that the people are so afraid that they'll do anything, like feed, I don't know, the kitchen and clean the floors, and they were buffing the floors at 1:30 in the morning. So
I did want to point out that my experience from having just gotten out of the same jail, I didn't really. I mean, maybe it's because I've been in a different jail. What are those handcuffs you were talking about? Those plastic handcuffs. I've been in different jails. This one is at Cheshire County, as jails go, struck me as being actually in better condition, at least in Essex Jail in Massachusetts, and didn't seem to be as dirty as I expected it to be. But certainly there's a lot of rules there.
Oh yeah, it smelled pretty filthy. There was a drainage. I think they kept me in the drunk tank. I'm not sure. The walls were rubber and.
Yep, I was in there.
So.
I know why it stunk. Okay, I bet you I know why this. When I was in there, it didn't stink. Didn't seem to be dirty. But after I was taken out, they brought a raging, drunk freak in there, and he peed all over the floor. To protest.
And that was probably where I slept.
That's right.
I probably slept on his pee. They didn't give me a mattress for quite a while. So.
All right.
Because I wouldn't process.
Okay, I should probably bring this live report to a close, but there'll be more tape coming on Kurt's situation. Of course, Yadra here apparently got some really outstanding video yesterday. Good job. And we'll see what happens if Dave Ridley reporting out with the latest New Hampshire Liberty news. There's always some. It's July 13th, 2009.